This project to us is a fulfillment of the aspiration and promise of His Excellency, the President of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari.
Agricultural development, 400 million naira worth annual turnover farm estate takes off in Yobe State as wheat farmers acquire new skills in storage. House of Reps seeks public opinion on 4 security-related bills.
Nation building is a joint task.
Nigerian small-scale miners just a step away from refining gold free from mercury and harmful chemicals.
The development of this project will further strengthen UNIDO's collaboration with Nigeria.
Also tonight, 4 days after, articulated vehicles drivers open blocked Mina Sulaja Road. This is NTA Network News. We are live in Abuja. I am Kenan Ima Aburike. Michael Olaleya will be joining us from Lagos and Dibaba Resia Domamweke from Port Harcourt studio. Let's start from the presidential villa Abuja, where Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has observed that the formal inauguration of the Nigeria-Russia Chamber of Commerce and Industry will greatly consolidate efforts made to deepen the long-lasting relationship and invigorate business opportunities. This was when he received a delegation of the Nigeria-Russia Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The Vice President said there is a need to formalize and to have a channel such as the Chamber of Commerce and Industry to build upon a very unique opportunity to strengthen relations between the countries. He reiterated the support of the federal government to ensure that the Chamber of Commerce, to be inaugurated soon, works for the benefit of Nigerian businesses and Russian investors and business people. The leader of the delegation said the visit is a prelude to the formal inauguration of the Nigeria-Russia Chamber of Commerce and Industry. In agriculture, the President of the Senate, Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan, has inaugurated a 400 million naira worth annual turnover integrated poultry farm at Gasamu, Jakusko local government area, Yobe State. The project is a product of the National Agricultural Land Development Authority, NALDA. Adam Yusuf Ali reports.
The farm estate in Yobe State is one of the 809 agricultural facilities being established by the National Agricultural Land Development Authority under the presidency. The estate in Gasamuja Kusko local government area is sitting on 10 hectares of land designed to engage youth in major agricultural activities in the state. The farm estate, which houses 10 poultry pens that contain 30,000 birds and an incubation center, is expected to produce about 250,000 noiles annually for sale.
There will be 3,000 chicks monthly. This will be sold out to those who will be coming to buy them. And there will be a maximum of 250,000 chicks annually.
The Executive Secretary of NALDA, Prince Paul Ikone, says the authority is mandated by President Muhammadu Buhari to make agriculture attractive for the youths and meet the demands of the country's major foods.
This center is like a reproduction center that will be producing our locally improved beds that will be distributed across the country.
This project to us is a fulfillment of the aspiration and promise of His Excellency, the President of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari.
A center that the center, apart from being innovative, employment opportunities, income generation, and surveillance will be derived from it.
The Emir of Bade, Alhaji Abubakar Umar Suleiman, assured of collaborating with stakeholders towards safeguarding the investment for the use of present and future generations. In Damaturu, Adam Yusuf Ali, NTA News.
Still on agriculture, the federal government has procured 400 metric tons of high variety seeds for distribution to wheat farmers ahead of the upcoming season. This came to the fore during a one-day workshop to train farmers on best practices as regards to wheat storage. Awal Salisu reports that the workshop, which held in Kano, attracted farmers from 11 wheat-producing states in the country.
Wheat farming in Nigeria, unlike rice and other crops, has continued to face certain challenges, hence the need for authorities to tackle it holistically.
We have reached even to 900,000 metric tons, but now we are dropping down. Last year it was 420,000 metric tons, and this year is just close to about 380,000 metric tons. It's a sharp drop.
As its farming season approaches, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development organized training for wheat farmers to minimize post-harvest losses. Bashir Tanko, a farmer from Kaduna State, is optimistic that the training will change his fortune in view of losses experienced last year.
We are benefiting a lot out of this capacity building. So government should at least continue with this capacity building.
With adequate support from government at all levels, stakeholders believe that Nigerian farmers have the capacity to upturn the country's status from importing wheat worth $6 billion annually to being self-sufficient.
According to FAO, the post-harvest losses in wheat crop is 9.3%, of which an estimated 6.6% is attributed to storage losses.
Because we don't want to depend on chemicals. Everybody wants the shortcut, and that shortcut is just to apply chemicals.
To teach the farmers how to do it well and how to cultivate more wheat.
For the likes of Bashir Tanko, such government support will not only spur production, but also provide economic opportunities for people in the country. In Kano, Awal Salisu, NTA News.
Away from agriculture, ending pollution of rivers and supporting the quest for laws to protect water sources resonates as Nigeria joins countries across the world to mark 2021 World Rivers Day. With the theme Waterways in Our Communities, the federal government is using the day to sensitize Nigerians on the importance of clean fresh water to fight the deadly COVID-19, cholera and other waterborne diseases. Olusheye Adabo has details.
So many efforts are being put to the cause of water and its produce. Even the phrase, water is life, echoes the world over. But its source, the rivers, have received less attention.
Most of our people, they do go inside river, bath inside, shit inside, urine inside.
Sunday Biko, an indigene of Toge community along Airport Road, Abuja, there testifying to how River Whooper is being abused despite being the main source of water used in about 10 communities connecting the river. In 2005, the United Nations fixed the last Sunday of September every year as the World Rivers Day. Its essence is to, among others, increase public awareness and promote improved stewardship to having clear and healthy water, as well as thriving waterways.
All these people that are taking sewage from septic tanks from cities and dumping them into the rivers, they should understand that they are doing a lot of damage. And you see that communities downstream. If you think you are protected upstream, whatever you dump into this river is affecting the people, the communities next to you going downstream. So it is very, very important that we appreciate what nature has provided to us and to make sure that we safeguard it.
In Nigeria, the Ministry of Water Resources is engaging the media and selecting 15 rivers across the country to highlight many values of rivers. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
And in steel and mining, Nigeria is at the final phase of preparations to commence implementation of the Global Environmental Facility Get Planet Gold proposal to make small-scale gold refining free from mercury and other harmful chemicals. Onengia Fineface tells us more.
Nigeria's Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, as well as the Nigerian Industrial Revolution Plan, identify mining as a potential non-oil sector for economic diversification. More than 90% of the mining sector is artisanal and at small scale, using rudimentary methods with harmful chemicals that release mercury into the environment. In line with the Minamata Convention, to which Nigeria is signatory, the Federal Ministry of Environment, with support from the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, is validating the project document for Global Environment Facility GEF Planet Gold Project to enhance mercury-free gold mining in the country.
The advent of the GEF Gold Project is timely, and its goal is in line with government priority to protect human lives and the environment.
The development of this project will further strengthen UNIDO's collaboration with Nigeria's mining, industrial, and environment sectors.
The project aims to formalize artisanal gold mining sector, enhance access to finance, provide uptake of mercury-free technologies, and improve knowledge sharing. Onengiye Fine Face, NTA News.
We're talking tourism now, as Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed says COVID-19 vaccine monopoly is having adverse effect on global tourism and economics tied to it. The minister said this in Birnin Kebbi during this year's World Tourism Day celebration. Anthony Forsen reports.
COVID-19 pandemic had a colossal social and economic impact on the world.
With the theme, Tourism for Inclusive Growth, Lai Mohammed pointed out that the tourism sector, which is pro-poor and people-driven, can only open up effectively and contribute to economic growth when people are protected from the disease.
There is the challenge posed to restarting tourism globally by the vaccine nationalism, which has heightened the inequality and inequity in the global vaccine distribution system.
Frowning at the heightened inequality in the global distribution system.
Today, rich countries are able to procure vaccines for their own citizens through direct agreements with pharmaceutical companies, while low and middle-income countries are lagging behind.
Restrictions, he said, placed on nationals from certain countries has prompted marginalization, insisting that COVID-19 response must be science-driven. Politicians, he advised, must stay clear to reduce the risk the pandemic poses. Kebbi State Governor, who was represented by his deputy, Samala Yombe, assured that the state government is determined to put in place mechanisms that will make tourism thrive.
We have what it takes to turn the tourism industry around.
The United Nations World Tourism Organization's Secretary General, Zurab Pololikashvili's message was delivered by the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Dr. Ifoma Anyautaku.
The human desire to travel and explore is universal, which is why tourism must be open for everyone to enjoy. So too must the many social and economic benefits that tourism brings be available to everybody.
Chief executives from the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture who graced the occasion include the Director General Nigerian Television Authority, who was represented by the Executive Director News, Muhammad Labbo. Anthony Forsen, NTA News.
Meanwhile, this year's World Tourism Day, observed every year, focuses on tourism for inclusive growth. Oyinaya Kanwaka in this report takes a look at the theme as it affects the development of the sector in Nigeria.
Hidden high up the Mandara Mountains in Adamawa State is UNESCO World Heritage Site, the beautiful Sukuru landscape. Recently, a group of tourists were at the site to explore its features. With the visit, the community came alive and everyone was involved, from entertainers, drivers, tour guides, the villagers, and many more. This captures the theme of this year's World Tourism Day, tourism for inclusive growth, ensuring that everyone is carried along. With the restarting of tourism, a sector badly hit by COVID-19, it is an opportunity to look beyond tourism statistics and acknowledge that beyond every number, there is a person.
When a country decides to develop tourism, it gives majority of the people the opportunity to be part of the society.
Nigeria, with vast natural and cultural heritage in boosting tourism, is working towards developing domestic tourism for the benefit of all.
One day, we will not be able to sell oil again.
Because the oil has either finished, or the people who were selling the oil to will not use oil anymore, or they will use alternative sources of energy. Tourism will never finish. Tourism will never end.
We are looking at, introducing at the National Commission for Museums and Monuments different concepts and perspective to our cultural display.
The World Tourism Day, observed every 27th of September, is aimed at fostering awareness of tourism's social, cultural, political, and economic contributions towards reaching the Sustainable Development Goals. Oyinaya Kalo Oka, NTA News.
Now, 4 days after blocking the Suleja-Lambata-Mina road in protest of a slow pace of work, thereby causing hardship to them, and the refusal of Niger State government to allow articulated vehicles to ply Mina-Bida road, operators of articulated vehicles have this evening opened the road to traffic. This followed intervention by stakeholders who have been engaging them since Friday when the road was blocked. Reports from the area say the truck drivers started withdrawing and moving their vehicles off the road with the support of Federal Road Safety Corps in Lambata, Niger State, at about 5 p.m. this Monday. The road is expected to be free for normal traffic flow by Tuesday morning. You're watching the news on NTA. We'll take a break now. The news continues shortly. To stay. Thank you for staying with us. Determined to provide legislative intervention to tackle the menace of insecurity, the House of Representatives invited stakeholders to obtain input. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports on the public hearing on 4 security-related bills.
Partaking in this crucial exercise to rid the nation of insecurity are practitioners, intelligentsia, architects and enforcers within the security domain. They are here to share perspectives as the House Committee on National Security and Intelligence works on 4 bills, 2 of which are from the executive. The bill to establish National Commission Against Proliferation of Small Arms and Light Weapons, the bill to regulate the use and control of explosives, and the bill to integrate CCTV International Security Network are preventive, while the bill to designate month of November as Security Agencies Month seeks to appreciate those who put their lives on the line to ensure the safety of others.
We do not get our security right, then no matter what we do in other sectors, nothing is going to be right. As I have always said, nation building is a joint task. We serve the best interests of our country when we work together in the collaborative efforts to build a society that allows all our people to live their best lives.
I would like to commend the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, and the entire security agencies for employing new strategies at tackling the current wave of insecurity in the country.
Available data from United Nations Regional Center for Peace and Disarmament reveals that Nigeria has over 350 million small arms and light weapons.
The bill's when passed will strengthen the law enforcement capacity of Nigerian armed forces.
Another upcoming intervention is the African Parliamentarians Conference on Defense and Security to further build cooperation between Africa and Europe in combating security challenges. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
Governors of 19 northern states have ended their meeting in Kaduna with a resolve to wait for the outcome of Supreme Court judgment concerning the debate on value-added tax collection by state. Muhammad Umar Ajingi reports that the governors also expressed dissatisfaction with the manner in which arrested criminal suspects are being granted bail by courts.
After several hours of deliberation with first-class traditional rulers in attendance, the northern governors came up with an 11-point resolution on a number of issues: security, collection of value-added tax by states, power shift, and the need for a more realistic national livestock policy towards ending open grazing.
If every state enacted its own VAT law, multiple taxation
will result in increase of prices of goods and services and collapse in interstate trade. VAT is not a production tax like excise, but terminal tax which is paid by the ultimate consumer until and unless the Supreme Court pronounces judgment on the substantive matter. Between Rivers State and the federal government, the matter is sub judice, and Northern State Governors Forum would respect this.
The Northern Governors Forum appreciates the ongoing fight against banditry, kidnapping and insurgency in the Northeast, encouraging the security agencies to sustain the onslaught to end the challenges in various parts of the country. In Kaduna, I'm Muhammad Marajingi, NTA News.
Let's go to security matters, as a notorious kidnap suspect and 4 others on police wanted lists have been apprehended by operatives of Kaduna State Police Command. The suspects were arrested along Barade Kefi Road following a credible intelligence while conveying suspected rustled cows to yet to be identified destination. A statement by the command spokesperson Mohammed Jalige says the police also followed a kidnap attempt at Nagoya Quarters, Zaria, and neutralized one of the suspects. Bandits have attacked and killed some members of the Joint Task Force at Dama Village in Sabon Birni local government area of Sokoto State. Dalhatu Abdullahi completes the report, but viewer discretion is advised.
Bandits in their numbers attacked the Joint Task Force comprising military, police and civil defense corps, killing some of the security personnel stationed there for security reasons. Sokoto State legislators representing Sabon Birni South and West constituencies, Saidu Neno Delege and Aminu Mustafa Boza, expressed dismay, calling on the authorities to take necessary action to free the area from bandits and banditry attacks. In a related development, NTA News captured 2 victims of banditry attack in Gangara village of Sabon Birni local government, who were set ablaze while hiding to avoid being attacked by a group of bandits. The bandits, however, set the place on fire, burning them. The victims are currently at Specialist Hospital Sokoto receiving treatment. In Sokoto, Dalhatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Away from security matters now, Senate Committee on Anti-Corruption has screened 5 presidential nominees for the Board of Economic and Financial Crimes Commission with a mandate to help the commission tackle corruption in Nigeria. Dayo Gunshala reports.
The presidential nominees appeared before the committee in accordance with the act establishing the EFCC. Senators probed nominees on issues relating to media trial, assets forfeitures management, as well as how to make corruption unattractive.
What do you think we can do that will make people not to be encouraged into corruption?
Are you also going to do your job with the fear of God?
We will change the pattern by being more civil, by employing the rule of law more, and by engaging more with civil society.
We believe that these nominees, having interacted with us, are fit for purpose, and the fight against corruption with this nomination of a board will be a worthy step forward.
Meanwhile, Senate Committee on Local Content has raised hope that all bottlenecks delaying execution of the Mambila Hydro Electricity Power Project will soon be addressed. This followed the submission of a report to the committee by Finance Subcommittee.
Like I said, we've made some progress, breakthrough if you like.
Sorry for that mix-up there. The federal government has advised Nigerian youth in business and those with business ideas to take advantage of over 75 billion naira youth fund earmarked to make them self-reliant. The Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, alongside other speakers, gave the enlightenment at the Jigawa State Career Guidance and Counseling Seminar holding in Dutse. Mohammed Musa Askira has details.
It is in the support of the federal government's human capital development agenda that the Youth and Civil Society Coalition for Development, in collaboration with the Jigawa State Government and the National Information Technology Development Agency, organized this seminar for teachers of junior and senior secondary schools. The idea is to help students make informed decisions while choosing their career in life. Director General Netta and other speakers observed that career guidance and counseling will go a long way in addressing issues of low productivity and societal ills, particularly amongst the youth, besides inculcating self-respect and discipline in the leaders of tomorrow.
It's investing in you. That's why the government has so many initiatives which are human capital development center.
The administration is spending billions of naira on agriculture. It's very important for guidance and counseling teacher to understand government policy.
To bring professionals to come and please interact with these teachers, teach them so that the teachers will go and guide their students.
Governor Muhammadu Badru Abubakar, represented by the Commissioner for Education, noted that initiative will equip the 1,500 teachers to give in their base in molding the younger generation into becoming useful members of the society.
We're not only zeroing down to guidance and counseling for students in classrooms. Almost all Nigerians, I may vote to say 90+% of Nigerians need guidance and counseling.
Director General of the NTA, Yakubu Ibn Mohammed, was represented by the General Manager NTA Dutse, Abdullahi Gadba Kudu. From Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
GOMBE Geographic Information Systems, GOGIS, is working to avoid the problems associated with development outside the state master plan. Emmanuel Akila reports that GOGIS is focusing attention on lands with customary titles to bring them on board the current transformation going on in the state.
GOMBE Geographic Information Systems, GOGIS, has collected data in relation to all land matters in Gombe State and is working with the Gombe Development Master Plan to avoid the problems that may arise as a result of distortion to the plan. Plots of land with customary titles constitute the bulk of the problems GOGIS wants to address.
We are trying to have a modern Gombe. We are trying to have an environment where investors will love to come to Gombe and invest. As you can see, there is no shop here, no fire service here. There is nothing to show us like a layout here. So we want to have a proper planning in Gombe State. We want to have a proper physical plan in Gombe State.
GOMBE Geographic Information Systems, GOGIS, desires that developers of land in the state abide by the State Development Master Plan.
You cannot plan a community without health center. You cannot plan a community without schools. But if you allow everybody to build the way he wants, or everybody to just sell his plot of land without adequate layout, how can you get development?
For now, GOGIS has suspended further development of plots of land that are not consistent with the master plan until all controversies around them are resolved. In Gombe, Emmanuel Akila, NTA News.
Lagos is our first port of call, and Michael will be guiding us. Michael, it's good to see you after a while.
Good to see you, Kene. Some indigent Muslim patients currently receiving treatment in various hospitals within the Lagos metropolis and inmates of Correctional Center have benefited from this year's Lutfulahi International Zakat distribution. Dana Jale reports that the gesture is aimed at lending a helping hand to the needy.
As one of the 5 pillars of Islam, Zakat is a religious duty for all Muslims who meet the necessary criteria for wealth to help the needy.
Every Muslim is supposed to take 2.5% of their annual savings for the year and donate it to the less privileged in their midst.
To members of the Jamiat, Lutfulahi International, showing love and care to the needy would not only put smiles on their faces, but also give them sense of belonging as well as hope. The Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital was the first port of call for the Jamiat Lutfulahi International, where the medical director expressed deep gratitude for the gesture.
This is a very timely
gifts to this hospital, most especially to our indigent patients.
Others beneficiaries, drawn from 3 government hospitals and 1 correctional center, include Bagada General Hospital, Federal Medical Center Ebute Metta, Orthopedic Hospital GOGIS Lagos, and Ikoyi Correctional Center. They also receive cash donations.
We promise to utilize this in the best interest of the patients they've so identified, the indigent patients of the Islamic faith.
And we have a lot of them in the world, and we will do as you have said.
Established in 2010, Jamiat Lutfullah International, through its Zakat donations, has touched lives positively across the states. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA News.
Nigerian breakfast brand Kellogg's has taken its campaign for healthy and nutritious meal to a neighborhood in Lagos. Imole Ayotoke Dogunfora reports that families had a great treat with world's #1 conflicts to commemorate World Breakfast Day.
Made from the finest corn and enriched with the required nutrients to keep a family healthy and strong, these moms and their children at the Nigerian Army Barracks had a nice breakfast with Kellogg's.
Tell me, how does it taste?
Aside from the Kellogg's breakfast treat, there was a section for fun and other side attractions specially designed for the entire family, after which everyone got a goodie bag as take home. The National Marketing Manager, Kellogg's Nigeria, said the rationale behind the campaign is to encourage parents, kids, friends, and neighbors to unite and have cherishable moments as they enjoy Kellogg's breakfast cereal.
We've been reaching out to families across Lagos through our Super Mom engagement program. So we choose there because we feel this is the right place, and we will have access to a lot of families to let them know how breakfast is important and why they need to take breakfast and why they need to take Kellogg's as their best breakfast package.
High points of the event was the appearance of the brand ambassador, popular actor and filmmaker Funke Akindele Bello, to the venue. She introduced the tech series of Kellogg's Superstar Scholarship Competition, where 100 kids will be awarded 100,000 naira each to support their educational expenses.
We know how tough the economy is, so for someone, a brand, to want to support 100 children with 100,000 naira each, I am in full support of that.
If I eat Kellogg's, I can do anything I want. Kellogg's is good, it's nutritious.
The competition will require the participants to write a short essay which creatively describes how perfect they want their mornings to be. They are to submit their entry with 5 wraps of Kellogg's products and then post on social media pages and tag the company. In Lagos, Imole Ayotekide Ogufowora, NTA News.
This is NTA Network News. More reports shortly after this break. Please stay.
Welcome back to NTA Network News. Federal government to launch digital platform to standardize products as investors lose 51.03 billion naira to open the week negative in the stock market. Details with Musa Abubakar on Business News.
Thank you, Kenneth. The federal government, in partnership with the private sector, is set to launch a digital platform that will enable the standardization of products produced by small businesses in Nigeria. This will include subsidized patenting and trademarking of innovations and products for the local and international markets.
That basket you're weaving in Maiduguri can actually be a money spinner internationally. That adire you're doing in Abeokuta, that ukpa that you're doing in Enugu can be a money spinner if a little standardization is done.
Nigeria is set to boost its volume of trade with Russia, which was $600 million before the pandemic, with faster recovery in sight. The Nigeria-Russia Chamber of Commerce is strategizing on expanding trade engagement through technological advancement in industry, agriculture, and manufacturing.
We created big companies that are producing high-quality products on the world level, from high-tech to fertilizer,
Nigeria can actually be a big window of Russia into Africa. We are prepared to play that role. We've gotten all the necessary assurances from the government in the person of the Vice President of Nigeria.
And now to stocks, the equities market closed Monday's trading session on a negative note. The all-share index declined 0.25% at 38,864.33 basis points, and market capitalization at 20.2 trillion naira. 139.4 million shares worth 1.7 billion naira were traded in 3,539 deals. The financial services industry dominated the activity chart, with Sovereign Trust Insurance PLC, Fidelity Bank and Guarantee Trust Holding Company PLC. Well, that's business news. It's back to you, Kenny.
Thank you very much, Musa. Moving on, the Nigerian Armed Forces is to commence virtual verification of military pensioners to ease challenges associated with physical exercise. The Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Zubairu Gambo, announced this at the inauguration of accommodation for staff of the Military Pension Board in Abuja. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details.
With this, the staff of the Military Pension Board can now boast of a befitting residential and office accommodation.
This feat no doubt deserves some...
To the Naval Chief, the project is in line with the ongoing drive, focused at improving the welfare of both serving and retired armed forces personnel across the country.
It is envisaged that the electronic verification of military pensioners will resolve the challenges experienced in the existing manual system. It will lead to substantial financial savings to the federal government of Nigeria through progressive elimination of ghosts or deceased pensioners, while also eliminating the stress the senior citizens endure during manual verification exercises.
The project, the chairman of the Military Pension Board noted, is expected to enhance productivity and further secure the staff of the organization.
When your staff have to ply the road of 60 kilometers to 60 kilometers fro, that is 120 kilometers in a day, it can be demoralizing. That's why we embark on these projects.
The board is established to ensure prompt payment of retired benefits of military personnel. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
And in health, Nigeria's ongoing vaccination program is fully endorsed by the United Kingdom and devoid of any iota of discrimination. Chairman of the Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 and Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Bose Mustafa, stated this at the national briefing in Abuja. Mitari Ben reports.
The controversy that trailed the United Kingdom's advisory that travelers visiting the UK from certain countries must undergo quarantine and 2 compulsory COVID-19 PCR tests gave rise to speculations about the acceptability of Nigeria's COVID-19 vaccination certificates. The PSC, however, dispels the speculations as unfounded, stressing that Nigeria's COVID-19 vaccination certificates are valid.
On the United Kingdom advisory on COVID-19 vaccines and changes to the international travel rules, the British High Commissioner to Nigeria has stated that the UK government, of course, supports the vaccination program in the country with vaccines irrespective of where they were manufactured. They will, however, open up international travels using a standardized COVID-19 vaccination certificate process to allow for ease of travels from countries, Nigeria inclusive.
I think there's a very useful, good, strong, mutually beneficial relationship between Nigeria and the UK. And we'll continue to try and make sure that the actions that we take to mitigate the risks of COVID also take into consideration those relationships and how to manage them moving forward.
The PSC says it is investigating reports of some aviation staff who extort money to help inbound travelers evade quarantine, and that anyone found guilty will face the law. In Abuja, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
More messages after this timeout. Stay with NTA. Welcome back. It's now time for our sports updates, and Tamara Ibiwe is our guide.
Thank you, Kenneth. Welcome to Sports Update. Basketball is first.
After dominating Africa consecutively at the 2021 Women's Afrobasket, Nigeria's D Tigresses, who arrived to Nigeria Monday afternoon, were received warmly at the VIP lounge of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja.
They have shown rare dominance. The dominance of the female basketball terrain by the Tigress on the African continent, I can say, is now undisputable.
Mind-blowing is it that among those who gathered and watched or played with you, just like you did before, you were in Cameroon, defeated your Mali counterparts, not just by a stroke of luck.
The Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa, ANOCA, will be celebrating its 40th anniversary in Abuja on Tuesday. President Nigeria Olympic Committee Abu Gumel says gold medalists at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games will be honored alongside Nigeria's silver medalist Blessing Oborodudu.
His Excellency, the Vice President Yemi Osibanjo, GCON, is the chief host and will give the keynote address. ANOCA will also give awards to celebrate the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games African medalists and the ANOCA Order of Merit Award.
To football now, hostilities resume in the UEFA Champions League Tuesday with matchday 2 fixtures. Manchester City travel to Paris for a duel against PSG. Portuguese side FC Porto have England's Liverpool to contend with. Inter Milan hosts Atletico Madrid, while Real Madrid play newcomers, Sheriff. And that's a sports update. Back to Kenneth.
Thank you very much indeed, Tamara. Before we go on the news, let's take a quick look on weather prospect for Tuesday.
Hello. We have this massive band of system bearing down over the northeastern part of the country, already giving some rains to southern parts of Borno and northern parts of Adamawa. We expect this weather systems to move into the northeast by Monday evening and giving them some rains. By Tuesday morning, we expect this massive system to still be over much of the northeastern part of the country, giving them prospects of burning thunderstorms from Borno extending the parts of Jigawa, Kano through Kaduna down to the Federal Capital Territory and Benue. We expect morning thunderstorms equally along the stretch of the coast, but by afternoon we expect these systems to move westwards, keeping much of the northwest busy with prospects of thunderstorms extending from parts of Katsina through Zamfara, Sokoto, the west and the southern parts of the country. And by late evening, we expect the high grounds of the northeast to spring up 1 or 2 thunderstorms. And that's it from here.
Weather reports can close NTA network news tonight, but again, we'd like to apologize for our inability to go to our Port Harcourt network center tonight in the course of the news as earlier promised. Of course, we also like to encourage you to support NTA's fight against rape and rapists. My name is Kenan Ima Abodike. Good night.